You may get infected by COVID-19, but you won't get as sick if you're up to date with your vaccines. COVID-19 vaccines and boosters protect against severe illness, hospitalization, and death. Make sure your family is up to date on their vaccines and boosted. They're tested, safe, and recommended for everyone 5 and older. And they're free, even if you don't have insurance. Don't wait to vaccinate or get boosted. Find vaccines and boosters near you at myspot.nc.gov.
We're with deep breaths and first steps, with eyes wide open and valves unshut. We're with a future of more well and less sick. Cone Health. We're with you.
Today's episode of The Dreamer's Direction is brought to you by Redline Cleaning Services. If it's outside, they'll wash it. Call Redline today.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for checking out The Dreamer's Direction, another Ben Nichols podcast. Let's go have a great day. You deserve it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good morning, Bikini Bottom and all who inhabit it. Oh, wait, sorry, what? Oh, what's going on, man? It's your boy Ben, wishing you a great Saturday morning, man. We're about to have a great day. Got something wicked for you today, man. It's going to be sick. And it was actually inspired by a post I saw on Facebook, believe it or not. And before you freak out, man, I know some things you see on Facebook are of absolutely no merit or credit, but this was valid. And it was actually something that applied to my life. And I said, wow, I've never really thought about it like that. So I figured I would make an episode about it. And it actually has a lot to do with your time and the way you manage it. But so today we're going to be talking about hobbies, okay? And, this is a hobby, right? Making paper mache is a hobby, like everyone right now has at least one hobby, okay? And I'm here to talk. Everyone listening to this right now has at least one hobby, whether that's playing video games or, reading a book, like anything. Hobbies are important. But successful people don't just have one. Hear me out. Successful people need at least 3 hobbies. They need one hobby to keep them creative. They need one hobby to keep them healthy. And they need one hobby to make them money. Yeah, right? Creativity, health, financial success, right? So I saw that and I was just like, wow, that sounds like a lot. And then I was like, wait a minute, that is so true, because my creative hobby is playing guitar, playing music. It was actually something that I taught myself how to do, and that is one of the things that I attribute my confidence and mindset to. If I could sit down and teach myself how to play guitar, I can do anything, because I know so many people who, gave up early enough and did not teach themselves guitar. And I'm not bragging or braggadocious, and I'm not saying, I'm Prince or, I'm a Jimi Hendrix by any means. And if you're laughing about Prince, dude, a lot of people don't know this, but Prince was an absolutely wicked guitarist, okay? And if you don't know who Prince is, man, just go ahead and find another podcast. No, I'm kidding. Well, but seriously, I sat down and I taught myself how to play the bass guitar. And if you know me, if you're close to me, you remember this. If you know me and you remember me in this particular point in my life, I was extremely annoying, probably more so than I am today. I mean, I was taking that bass everywhere. But I did. I started on the bass. Matter of fact, I went to a local music store and bought my first instrument, right? Support local. But it was just something that I wanted to take up, and I figured, yeah, I can do it. I can teach myself how to play. And I got the bass, and I got on YouTube, and seriously, I taught myself how to play the bass guitar. And seriously, I was going over to friends' houses with a bass. I was taking it and sitting down outside on Main Street, all these things. I was super annoying, but I learned how to play the bass guitar. And again, I'm not Thundercat, I'm not Paul McCartney, but I can pick up a bass and I can make something happen with it. So then I expanded upon that musical journey going to the ukulele, actually. And my brother, he's very musically inclined, and he is a very, very inspiring person. He was just shredding on the ukulele, man. I mean, he could really do it. And I really liked the sounds that he was making, so I went and got myself a ukulele and kind of learned from him. And I taught myself how to play the ukulele. So there I was. I had the bass and the ukulele down, and I had met several guitarists and whatnot. And I had picked up a guitar here and there, but it was really something that I just decided to go for. But ultimately, I taught myself how to play guitar as well. And again, I am not Jimi Hendrix. I'm not, Billy Strings. Billy Strings, I would love to interview you if you find this, by the way. But I can do it, And it was something that I believed in myself, and I could do it, and that's why I was able to achieve it. It took a while. It took a lot of practice, and it took a long period of time of being absolute trash. But now, I'm not too shabby, if I don't say so myself. But anyway, that's one hobby, right? And that's creative. Because whenever I was sitting down and I would express myself and I would figure out how to play guitar, what I really fell in love with was kind of putting my mind at ease. Like I could sit down and play music and just allow my mind to wander within the music. It was almost as if, music is emotion given form, given shape. And that's why I'm so passionate about local artists and local musicians, because, I understand the creative process. Sitting down and creating something from scratch musically, that's awesome. And the feeling it gave me was just so empowering. And, I would play for hours, man. Now it's something I've kind of backed off from. But, of course, and that's the thing about a hobby, too. You can figure it out. And now that I have that skill, I got my guitar sitting over in the corner, and I pick it up at least once a day. But it's always there for me. You know what I'm saying? I can always go back there now. I can always go over to that corner, pick up the guitar, and just fall right into it, right? I have that skill now. And it was just something that really allowed my mind to wander. I could think in a new way that I'd never done before. But it was really about experiencing feeling. It was, honestly, I'll put it to you like this. I was thinking about my feelings and feeling my thoughts. And I know that sounds crazy, but music unlocked that part of myself. And I would not be the man I am today if it hadn't have been for the music. And all that little music spiel goes back to creativity. It was a creative hobby. Okay. So then we look at the healthy hobby, right? Going back to the whole point of this episode, having 3 hobbies. One that allows you to be creative. This one is allowing you to be healthy. A lot of people, if you don't know by now, the weight room was my first hustle. So there you go. I was very, very into lifting weights and exercising a lot of various different exercising methods. Same deal. I would go to the gym, put my headphones in and work out. And that hobby increased my health, which ultimately is going to lead to a better quality of life and a longer life. And also, I could kind of let my mind wander, but it was different. I was focused on, my physical condition. But, that is how I attributed, that is what I attribute my dedication and hard work ethic from. Because I've been in the weight room. I've gotten strong. I've gotten shredded. I've gotten bulked. I've done that before. And if you've been keeping up with me in my personal life now, I'm actually about to start that again. I'm about to get in the best shape of my life. I'm serious, man. When I started this show, 40-something days ago, I said I'm going to transform my life. And I want to help other people transform their lives. And really sitting down with Josh Ray in a previous episode really inspired me to apply the same mentality that I applied to learning guitar, to the weight room, to inspiring others. I want to put that towards my physical condition again. I'm about to be the best version of myself I have ever been. And that includes in the gym, in my physical condition. Lastly, the last hobby you needs to make you money. And I don't want anybody to get it twisted. Right now, this is not a money racket. I do not make too much money off of this podcast at all. But it's a long-term deal, and ultimately there's potential to make some in the future, sure. But this hobby, right now, making money, So there, I saw that post, and it said, successful people need 3 hobbies. One to keep them healthy, one to keep them creative, one to make them money. And I said, wow, that is so true. Because I look back at my life, and before I'd ever seen that post, I had already experienced that. I'm currently experiencing that. And it is so true, man. Just having those 3 different things that I can go to and pick up, it's so liberating. I'm not stuck in a box. I have multiple different things that I can do. And each one affected my mindset and confidence differently. It's hard to teach yourself guitar. So when I first did that, I said, man, if I can teach myself to play guitar, I can literally do anything. That's really where my mind started to expand. Going before that in the weight room, I said, well, dude, if you can train yourself to squat 465 pounds for reps, you can do anything. And that's true. That's Tyler Hyatt. He got that on camera back in the weight room in high school. Okay. But, and I don't know if I'll ever get, that big again. There's really not a need for me to do that now, but still, once I put myself through that extreme, I said, okay, I can do anything. And then once I started this podcast and started, making an impact on other people, it was like, wow, okay, as this show gets bigger, I'm just going to be honest, I get about 10 cents per download, okay? So 10 cents per download is not necessarily going to feed my kid. It's not going to keep the lights on, but as the show grows and everything, and it might grow into something fruitful, But again, I don't care if it ever does. It was just going back to that post. It was like, okay, wow, I got my creative outlet, I got my healthy outlet, and I got my financial outlet. So if you've been listening to this up to this point, I want you to understand that my 3 hobbies don't have to be your 3 hobbies. And if you are a streamer and you get paid to play video games, that's a great hobby. That's your financial hobby. Same deal. If you're a musician and you get paid to be creative, that's awesome. Of course, I'm not knocking anything. But I really, really resonated with the idea that everybody needs 3 hobbies to really be successful. And it was just something that I looked back on my life and I was like, wow, that is so true. That's applicable. So I wanted to share that with you this morning. And then I also wanted to talk to you a little bit about exactly what I've been doing on the Dreamer's Direction. Oh, cut that out. Yeah, right there. Let me get some coffee. Still shouting out Folgers coffee, baby. But anyway, the Dreamer's Direction, man, is all about changing your life. It's all about putting yourself on the direction to achieve your dreams. And it started out with short, effective messages to help you start your day, much like today's episode. But then as we grew, I ran into so many other people of a like mind, of an expansion mindset, of an improvement mindset. And I literally said, okay, man, people are starting to pay attention to what I have to say, but I'm not this person. I'm not Sonia Cheek. I'm not Will Reiber. I'm not Verizon Kirk. You know what I'm saying? All these different guests that I've had on, they all bring something different to the table, but they all have that ultimate mindset of improving and getting better every day, achieving your dreams. And that's really what this show is about. So as I expanded upon that idea, it became apparent to me that everyone has dreams and everyone can achieve them. And just because I started a podcast about achieving your dreams and everything that I've done in my life doesn't mean that there's not somebody else out there who could help me grow or help you grow. So that's really where I'm coming from with interviewing the local artists, interviewing the local businesses, interviewing the local musicians. I mean, support local everything, bro. Forget Walmart. And I don't care if it is a little bit more expensive, what have you. Here's the deal, bro. Here's the deal. Your immediate community is directly related to the health of the local businesses that comprise that community. If your businesses around your community aren't thriving or aren't bringing in any revenue, your community will suffer. On the flip side of that, if you have a community that's full of vibrant businesses, vibrant artists, vibrant musicians, culture, if your community is full of things like that, it's only going to get bigger. It's only going to get better. Right? And a part of my dream is giving my community a voice, putting this community on the map. And you might be listening to this and you're not from Mount Airy, North Carolina. Come check it out, man. We got a lot to offer, and we're only getting bigger, right? And yeah, I'm serious. If you've never heard of Mount Airy, North Carolina, that's where this show is coming out of, and you need to come check us out, man. So hop on there, get on the Google, see what's up. Find your hobbies, right? You might already have hobbies that you didn't necessarily think about that, but before we leave today, successful people need 3 hobbies. 1 to keep them creative, 1 to keep them healthy, and 1 to keep them financially free. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
The right detail can bump your wardrobe up a notch. Kick off this year by letting Indochino upgrade your style with customized suits, shirts, chinos, bomber jackets, and more without spending a fortune. Indochino clothing is made to your exact measurements, and you can customize every detail. Give yourself a style edit that sets the tone for the rest of the year with Indochino. Get $50 off any purchase of $3.99 or more with promo code STYLE at Indochino.com. That's Indochino.com, promo code STYLE.
I got the vaccine to protect myself.
Because COVID-19 is still spreading.
All the patients I take care of with COVID-19 have one thing in common.
They have not gotten their vaccine.
The vaccines were proven safe and effective in clinical trials with thousands of people.
That's why I tell my friends and family to get theirs.
I'll take feeling achy for a day or two over going to the hospital or dying any day.
Don't wait.
Go to myspot.nc.gov
to get your free COVID vaccine.
Sponsored by NCDHHS.